You must have come across different aspects of educational research. When we conduct educational research, starting from the identification of the problem till we completely submit the report, all the places we have to do certain other activities. Starting from the conducting and reporting the related review of the related literature. Second, that methodological aspects when we are going to look at while framing the tools and techniques, then while collecting the data, while analyzing the data, while reporting the data. In every aspects we find there is some concern, and concerns are with regard to ethical problems. These ethical issues are related to mostly the humanitarian issues. When we are going to look at these humanitarian issues, we found there are some needs of these issues are there, some misconducts are there, some remedies can be taken up at the personal level, and at the end we can come to the conclusion to find out, to establish that yes, that is my work is not suffering from any ethical problem. First thing comes to the forefront, that intentional deceit. Knowingly we try to do something which is not required. Second thing comes plagiarism. Next, when we are going to look at other problems are many times the different funding agencies are there. To come across the funding problem also, many times we adopt certain other misconduct. So, those misconducts we have to be very look up, we have to be very careful, and we have to take the necessary steps, so that we will not be put in that particular problem, so that people will be criticizing us. Many times we find our young researchers, they try to steal something, some portions of the work done by others. Without giving any credit to the source, we talk about those things as if it is our own product. We have to be very much away from this practice to make our work a truthful one. Data what we collected from different other sources, many times we find that it is insufficient for our work. That time we fabricate the data which is not correct one. There are 4 ethical issues mostly we come across. When we are going to look at these 4 ethical issues, first thing comes informed consents. Once we selected the participants, we have to be careful for having the written consent. By the end of the program, the written consent must be obtained from them, so that we can avoid the future legal issues. Second thing comes the harm. There are different other ways the harm takes place with regard to the participants. One is the psychological stress, second is the physical strain. They are the 2 issues which comes the participants they suffer from, that becomes an issue for conducting our research work. The third issue is their privacy. Any work we do, it must be kept strictly confidential. Unless it has got some problem, it is not to be made public. The issues relating to our confidentiality of the data, confidentiality of the analysis, confidentiality with regard to before publication of the report, whatever is required, depending on the nature of the program, we have to be very much careful. Last thing comes the deceptions. Our work contains some amount of social responsibility which influences the system, maybe not immediately, maybe at large, with regard to which you have to be very careful. There is one organization which is known as American Educational Research Association, which has or propounded some principles and standards which are being followed mostly at international level, and those principles and standards we have to be very careful to follow.